Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, it's Thursday, August 11th.
Hey, thanks for joining us. And today is a new round of the first day of school for surrounding districts. Southside ISD, Lytle, and Schertz-Cibolo Universal City ISD all begin the new school year today.
We are going to continue our return to class team coverage in just a few minutes, but first,
go ahead and look outside with live cam. We are climbing 81 degrees, not too many clouds, but hopefully we'll see clouds later today.
Clouds come back into play this afternoon. We saw some yesterday. It took until the evening to get some clouds in here, but once they did, it cooled us down a little bit. Yesterday was a brutally hot day. We got up to 101 here in San Antonio, a lot of triple digits on the map. We're going to say goodbye to these kind of numbers for several days before it returns, probably by early next week. Let's look at the numbers. 101 here in San Antonio, 102 New Braunfels, 102 Honda, 102 in Eagle Pass yesterday. Some big time heat, and that of course allowed us to tie the record, if you're keeping count at home, for the most 100-degree days, second most I should say, tying 2011 with 57 days now at 100 or above. Again, we won't be in the triple digits next few days thanks to scenes like this one. Clouds moving in last night. This is one of our KSAT Connect pictures, a beautiful one near Castroville Road, showing some of those storms coming out. A select few did get some rain last night, and we're detecting a few showers on the radar this morning up around Fredericksburg. That's the activity we'll watch as it drops south throughout the rest of today. So your rain chances, I'd say they're about 10% this morning. They will start to pick up as we head into the afternoon. 40% chance by 1 p.m. and that continues into the evening hours. That should keep temperatures down a little bit. It'll be hit or miss, scattered downpours, but hopefully we get some rain around the area and we can add to some of these rain totals. We'll talk much more about this, and we'll have the rest of your forecast here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Steven now with a look at your roadways.
Things are looking A-OK so far, Justin. We did have a few issues out there earlier, but now as we get into a look at traffic, things have quieted down. And you can see if you are traveling down to US 90 at Couples, really not going to see a lot of activity out there, just the normal traffic as maybe more parents drop the kids off at school. So thankfully, we're going to be in the clear for a little while, but still be on the lookout. Some usual slowdowns remain. We do have a stalled vehicle that was reported up here, which is why you see some restricted flow on I-35 southbound traveling in from New Braunfels near the Live Oak area, but it's nothing too bad as what we were seeing earlier along certain areas due to some road work, but that has actually already cleared out. And as we get a wide look at that map, you are just seeing a lot of green on the screen. And again, just some of the usual slowdowns due to construction. So watch out for that, but we are keeping our close eyes on the road. The good news is things have cleared out and traffic that is moving just fine. Mark, stuff.
Stephen, thank you.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
San Antonio City Council members will be briefed on the proposed city budget this morning. The $3.4 billion would include new spending from the bond program, cut the city's property tax rate, and include a plan to send millions of dollars from CPS Energy back to customers.
Monkeypox cases in the U.S. have doubled in less than 2 weeks. The CDC says more than 10,000 people had the virus as of yesterday afternoon. And right now, Wyoming is the only state that hasn't reported any cases. Here in San Antonio, Metro Health says there have been 16 cases reported.
Unrelated to the FBI search of his Florida estate, former President Trump appeared before New York's Attorney General for a sworn deposition related to a civil case accusing the Trump family business of misrepresenting the values of its properties. He testified for 4 hours yesterday, but declined to answer questions, citing his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination.
President Biden signed into law the PACT Act, which expands health care benefits to millions of veterans exposed to toxic burn pits during their military service. Many of them now living with a variety of health conditions. Burn pits were used to burn waste, including hazardous material, at military sites throughout Iraq and Afghanistan until about 2010.
According to a new USA Today Ipsos poll, most Americans want the chance to vote to support abortion rights in their state. The poll was conducted after Kansas voted last week to keep abortion rights in the state constitution. Many saw it as evidence of a backlash to the Supreme Court ruling in June that overturned Roe versus Wade.
Extreme flooding overnight impacting millions of people from east to west. Cleanup is just beginning this morning, especially around the nation's capital. Parts of Northern Virginia, Maryland, and Tennessee also dealing with flooding. And because of the severe weather, more than 1,100 flights had to be canceled yesterday.
The national average for a gallon of regular gas is below $4 a gallon for the first time in months. AAA says it's at $3.99 as of this morning. The price topped $5 back in June. AAA says demand for gas has been decreasing because people don't want to pay the higher prices. Current average in San Antonio is $3.44 a gallon.
Inflation has been at a 40-year high for much of the year, but it now appears to be easing slightly, dropping from 9.1% in June to 8.5% in July. But while prices for gas, airfare, and clothing are falling, other essential goods are getting more expensive, like food and rent.
Disney has passed Netflix in the number of streaming subscribers. Disney Plus now has a total of 221 million customers. The company says it will increase prices for customers who want to watch Disney Plus or Hulu, which is majority owned by Disney, without commercials. The new prices are set to debut in December, and that's today's 9 at 9.
Like we mentioned earlier, today is the first day back for students in the Schertz-Cibolo Universal City area, and there's a lot of excitement about the new school year.
Jonathan Cotto has been live in Schertz all morning, and he's joined now by the Deputy Superintendent for SCUC ISD to talk about how the first day is going and what security steps the district is taking.
Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Mark. That's right. We're right outside of John A. Sipple Elementary School, where we've been at all morning. And you're absolutely right. The topic, the question and concern on everyone's mind right now is safety and security, and what measures are in place or what measures have been enhanced, heightened for keeping students and faculty and staff in mind. But to expand more on that, I have Dr. Damon Edwards here this morning, Deputy Superintendent. Doctor, talk to me a little bit about those measures. I know we were speaking about what's been in place, what's been working. What does the past couple of months look like here for the school district?
We've spent the past couple of months meeting weekly as a safety task force to really look at all aspects, those that are existing practices or protocols, things that we're learning from some of the tragedies that have happened around us, and then making the decisions that best work for our schools, working with our city law enforcement agencies, Cibolo and Schertz city law enforcement, to review those plans and really coordinate those plans. And so we feel like we do have a good plan going forward.
Now, Doctor, regardless of recent tragic events, a lot of school districts have always implemented drills and active shooter trainings. Is that something that the school district is going to be implementing as well moving forward?
Absolutely. We do have our drill processes, and actually those are required to be scheduled prior to the year beginning. We've done that for a year or so now, and we're doing it again this year. But we do take our entire staff through standard response protocol. We just completed training with all of our teachers, even our substitutes and things like that. So, we kind of know what to do and how to react and to keep kids in a safe environment. And so we do spend a great deal of time talking and discussing and doing some professional development in those areas as well.
Doctor, today we witnessed dozens of parents dropping off their kiddos here at school for their very first day. Some, their backpacks were bigger than they were. But what would be your message to those parents who still have some kind of a sense of anxiety or fear as they leave their kids at school here this morning?
Well, I would say a couple of different things. One, just we're excited to have them here. We're excited to welcome the parents in with their kids and have their kids in school. I think there are really two areas. One is really kind of related back to that, our community. We have a great community. We have good students that are very willing and open to share things that they're hearing, those type of things. And what we've discovered is one of the best things we can do for safety and security is to ensure that all of our exterior doors are locking properly and closing and remain locked. And we've spent a great deal of time focusing on that. We've hired additional personnel that will do multiple checks on every campus every day of our exterior doors, and then relying on our teachers to keep their doors locked and secured as well.
Dr. Edwards, thank you so much. That's very important. We appreciate your efforts, and we thank you for being with us here this morning. There you have it, Mark and Stephanie. But more importantly, school is for learning. School is for fun. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll be talking about some exciting new programs the school district will be implementing for their students. Back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
In your morning headlines, a woman saved from her sinking car, an amusement park having to do some additional training for employees.
Plus, so much for orange-colored lobster odds. And we hear from the two players who created that sportsmanship moment. David Sears is here to bring us these stories.
Good morning, David.
They talk like seasoned veterans.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we'll hear from them in just a second. But first, let's take it to El Paso. You're looking at a car in a sinkhole, and that car is sinking fast, and there is a woman inside that car. Firefighters and just some volunteers are trying desperately to get her out. They had guys trying to hold on to the car, and then they had guys trying to get that woman out of that car before that car slips even further into that sinkhole. And they got her out just in time because the car kept sinking. The sinkhole was created after a water main busted. The woman taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The car ended up in the bottom of the hole. Then here you go. The day after, we're going to see that hole. I think, are we going to see the hole? Let's see. Maybe we're going to see the hole. Yeah, there it is. There's the hole. Look at the size of that hole. They had to bring in an excavator to dig that car out of the hole, and that does not look like the same car. That's how much that water beat that thing up. But you look at the trunk where the woman came out of, through that back window right above the trunk. Man, oh man. They were able to get that car out of there, and they were able to start repairing that sinkhole and that water main break. All right, remember last month at the Sesame Seed Amusement Park in Pennsylvania when the person dressed up like Rosita appeared to ignore two black children? Well, another family came forward and said it happened to them. The park apologized, but it wasn't enough. The families filed a class action lawsuit against the park alleging racial bias. The park has announced new training procedures to expand diversity, equity, and inclusion. They will put employees through training and education programs to address bias. They're going to promote inclusion, prevent discrimination, and make sure guests feel welcome. The park has tried to explain the gesture. They said it looked like the kids were getting waved off, but the park said that they were actually having a lot of folks wanting that character to hold a child for a picture, and they just can't allow that to happen because of their rules. Hey, so much for those 1 in 30 million odds. You're looking at a rare orange lobster. This is the second one we've seen since July. They say whoever they are, that they, you remember the whoever whoever they are so rare. It's 1 in a million shot at seeing one, so I guess it's 2 in 15 million now. Red Lobster found one last month, and now they found their second. A lobster expert with Ripley's Aquarium says the lobsters get their coloring from foods that they eat. These two found in the same part of Mississippi. Red Lobster took them to an aquarium instead of a pot of boiling water. Remember, the first one was named Cheddar. They named this one Biscuit. Cheddar and Biscuit, that's one of their side dishes.
Oh, it's their oh so tasty as you arrive at the table, Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Exactly, but these will not be part of that dish.
No.
Yesterday, we showed you that great display of sportsmanship. A Little League pitcher nailed a batter right in the head. Isaiah Jarvis was able to shake it off, get up and head over to first base. Caden Shelton was the pitcher who hit him, and he was pretty upset about hitting that little guy. This was a Little League regional final between Oklahoma and Texas. After standing at first base for a second, Isaiah decided that he needed to console Caden, and he walked to the mound to give him a hug. There's that getting hit in slow motion. So he goes over to first base, he stands there for a second, and he can tell that the guy on the mound is like pretty distraught. So he walks over to the mound, and he gives him a hug, and now that hug has gone viral. We're going to see that hug here in just a second. He's just kind of strolling over there. Look at the guy on the mound, poor kid. It's like, oh, man, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Well, we finally get to hear from them. They both talked about that now famous hug.
So I was at first base. I was talking to my coach a little bit. As soon as I see him, starting to get a little emotional because he hit me, and obviously he's feeling bad for me. So, I wanted to go over there and spread God's love and, make sure that he's okay and make sure that he knows that I'm okay and that I'll be okay.
After I hit him and he fell to the ground and he came over to me, once he hugged me, I felt like really good, and how like he comforted me after I hit him. It just felt really good.
The one that got hit, he says that he's got a bruise, but he's okay and everything's all good. So that's how you handle that kind of situation. You don't need to throw your bat down and run out to the mound and do those things that major leaguers do. You walk over there and console, make sure everybody's okay, and then you go on with the game. So there you go.
Not surprised that this story has some legs and is lasting several days.
Yes.
Nah, well, it's a good story to talk about.
I'm glad we got to hear from them.
Yeah, and they talk like they,
David, I have a question. Are you more hungry for lobster or biscuits right now?
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
Cheddar
Biscuits.
biscuits.
Cheddar biscuits.
Yep, those Cheddar Bay biscuits. Thank you,
I'm
David Sears,
a big lobster
for
fan.
whetting our appetite.
There you go.
9:12, about 82 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
A self-driving bus designed right here in San Antonio. Details on who is behind it and how it can help our community.
And when we come back, Max Massey is going to continue our school coverage to look at security measures Southside ISD is taking. Plus, he'll talk about some new programs the district has too.
Southside ISD starts up class this morning. Security, obviously at the forefront of so many administrators, so many families' minds. Southside tells me they've conducted a summer audit of all their campuses, and they have been looking at all the measures that each campus has in place. They've been looking at the intercom system, how it works, security guards doing rotations, and camera functionality. Among other precautions in place, the district has a security guard at a guard shack at every campus. They have phone at the entrance of all the campuses. Even parents have to be buzzed in, visitors have to be buzzed in, and there are numerous other systems in place to make sure all students and staff are safe. Security, obviously, a #1 priority.
We have our safety and security measures in place. Southside is a place that we welcome input from our parents, from our students, and all these programs that we have in place are to give our students an opportunity once they leave Southside for them to be successful.
As for enrollment, Southside has surpassed the all-time enrollment record in the district by already 43 students, and families continue to register. They do anticipate to go well beyond 6,000 students by the end of this school year. With the new start comes new opportunity. Southside has a free STEAM program and an intramural program where after-school students get to compete in-house from campus to campus. They have sports, they have football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, and the STEAM program, there's also competition there. They stay after school. There's robotics, engineering, science, math, and obviously you can compete from school to school within the district. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Max.
And yesterday we got to the triple digits. It was very hot. I can speak from experience. I was actually outside in it yesterday. I was brave enough to take my little girl to the splash pad, and I was like, oh, not enough shade.
And you may have experienced this too, Justin, since we're both kind of up north side, far north side. About 4 or 5 minutes of rainfall?
I didn't get anything.
Oh, nothing.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
Didn't get a drop.
Just you, Mark.
No.
Sorry, Justin.
Maybe, but that's okay.
Maybe today.
We've got more chances.
Yeah.
We got more chances. And I know I'm not the only one there. There were some people that didn't get rain. Some people did get some decent rainfall, and that is fantastic. Let's look at the map here. And this kind of tells the story of how spotty things were yesterday. You get up north of Bernie, Waring, about 0.3 of an inch, so that's a good number. Floresville picked up a little bit. Kennedy, Cuero, Howittsville, over 1/2 inch there. So there were some spots that saw some decent rainfall, even here around San Antonio. Get up towards Bracken area, 1604 and O'Connor, close to 0.2 of an inch with a thunderstorm there. Atkins picked up about 0.2 of an inch. Southeast of New Braunfels, there was a little storm. So again, that's kind of the nature of this activity. It pops up, puts down some good rain, and then moves along. This is the new drought monitor. Notice that all of Bexar County now in an exceptional drought, and really the entire area in an exceptional drought. This is a bad situation. Now, yesterday helps very little, but it does help. And we've got more rain in the forecast, so we're going to try to chip away at this a little bit, but it's going to take a long time to get back out of this drought. 96% of the state, by the way, in drought, but our area, one of the hardest hit now with this lack of rainfall. Looking at the time lapse, we started at 5 p.m. yesterday. Notice it was mostly sunny. This is right about the time we were around 101, but you can see in the distance those clouds building, and watch them build. There went some rain showers, and then we had a few clouds overnight, and now we're left with actually partly cloudy skies this morning. 82 degrees at the airport, south-southwesterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. And the live radar does show a few showers. These are very, very light and very, very small, but they are tracking north to south around Fredericksburg and now moving into Kendall County. And I'll point out that our flow today is going to be exactly like that. We're going to see everything moving north to south. So You'll have to watch what happens north of San Antonio, as that is what is going to make its way into town. Satellite picture, yeah, it does show a few clouds here and there. You got some more clouds where those rain showers were detected around Fredericksburg, where it's mostly cloudy there. But here around San Antonio, 81 Helotes, 81 Port SA, partly cloudy, 82 Randolph, 80 in New Braunfels, 78 in Seguin. And our KSAT 12-hour forecast, I am going to put in a 20% chance of rain around the lunch hour. We'll watch those showers north of San Antonio. And then as we get into the afternoon, you should see the radar get more active. 40% chance, 96 by 3 o'clock, 97 at 4 p.m. Don't pay too close attention to these numbers, because if you get a storm, temperatures are going to cool down some. So it all depends on whether or not you see rain as to how hot it gets. But most places mid-90s later today, and then rain chances fall off this evening with the loss of daytime heating. Our high pressure still off to the north. We're watching an area of low pressure off to our east. So this whole general area is kind of unsettled. This works its way east slowly but surely. And so tomorrow and Saturday, we still have some chances too. Here's a look at the forecast. 40% chance, as I said, this afternoon. This is around 5 o'clock. That goes away around 10 or so with the loss of daytime heating. And then tomorrow, a few clouds to start, and we do it all again. 40% chance of rain with a scattering of downpours around the area. Extended forecast, 97 tomorrow, 95 on Saturday. Still a small chance Sunday, 96, but after that, the ridge builds back in. 98 Monday, 100 Tuesday, 101 Wednesday. Beyond that, looks like there may be a little more hope for some rain by the end of next week too. So things are looking better, guys, slowly but surely, and hopefully everyone at some point gets some rain over the next couple days.
We got to work something out. I literally had green grass in my front yard until last week, and it's like we've hit some sort of turning point. So I think the rain has arrived just in time.
Yes, we're glad to hear it.
Thank you, Justin. 922, about 82 degrees.
And here's a look at what Tiffany Huertas has for us after the break.
Coming up next, a self-driving bus designed right here in San Antonio. Details on who's behind this and how it can help our community.
A team of engineers at Southwest Research Institute hopes their latest invention can help solve some of San Antonio's infrastructure and mobility challenges.
The engineers have designed a self-driving bus equipped with algorithms, sensors, cameras, and unique software. Tiffany Huertas joins us live with more.
Good morning, Tiffany. How long have engineers out there been working on something like this?
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. Well, Southwest Research Institute engineers have been working on this for over a year, but it incorporates technology that they've been working on for many, many years. And check it out. This is the shuttle. It may look like your average shuttle, but it's not. To talk more about the technology that's within it, we have research engineer Alex Youngs. Good morning, Alex. Talk to us about this self-driving bus.
Yeah, good morning. So we've got this self-driving shuttle here that we've developed, and the purpose for it is not only to offer an exciting experience for our visitors and staff, but also really to continue to improve our self-driving car algorithms. So as I walk around, I can show you some of the sensors we have. So you can think of the LiDAR up here, and we have radar on the front and some cameras as the eyes of our system. And so what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to help see pedestrians, cars, other vehicles, and help to figure out what to do in those situations and avoid them. As we go to the back, we have the brain of the shuttle. So we have the LiDARs that surround the vehicle 360 degrees, so we can see people all around the vehicle. All of that's getting processed in the brain back here. We've got these two servers here processing all this data, and from that we're able to autonomously operate, and the self-driving car can run in a very safe manner.
When we talk about how this could impact the community, how can it?
So safety and efficiency is always something that you're going to look at for automation, and so with self-driving car technologies we can continue to improve safety features, allowing drivers to see what they can't see, and also to provide services to underserved communities through transportation companies.
Will you all be collecting data?
Yes, we'll always be collecting data to continue to improve these situations. That's why we have the shuttle. We're going to be operating this daily around our campus.
In the future, a lot of people might have that question. Could we see this in the next few years out on the roads?
You'll continue to see improvements and hear more about self-driving car technology. We're still a ways off from having complete driverless technology on the road in full capacity.
But we're one step. Moving forward.
One step closer, moving forward. That's what we're here for.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Alex. We're going to go and take a spin on this shuttle, and we'll have all of that coming up on the noon show. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Right now it's 9:28, about 82 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Just about 9:32. We're continuing our return to class coverage this morning out in Shirts.
Jonathan Cota joins us live again with a new guest, the principal of Sipple Elementary, to talk about some of the new programs within their district.
That's right. I've been hanging out at this elementary school all morning long, and I have to tell you, it was quite the sight to see all the little kids with their backpacks being dropped off for their very first day of school. Now, we've talked about security, we talked about safety, and now we're going to talk about the fun stuff here. The reason why these kids are here this morning, Principal Bristow. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Welcome to Sipple. We're so glad you're in the house.
Thank you again for having us. Now, a lot of new programs for this new academic school year. What are they going to look like? What do they entail? What can students expect?
Yes, we are looking forward to a great year this year. Our students are coming in. 748 of them entered the door this morning into the house system. Some it'll be new for the very first time. We're sorted into 4 houses, and it is so exciting for our staff, our students, and even our families to build camaraderie and have a sense of belonging. And so they will have lots of opportunities. We're expanding our fine arts program. We are adding art on this year to music and PE and computers. Greatness is happening already, and we are building on. And I'm excited that our work so aligns to our new strategic plan in the district that I was fortunate to be a part of this summer and last spring. 39 members in our district gathered. We heard voices from all around the community, and we are going to make magic happen this year because we are focused on people and not percentages. And I'm excited. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh my goodness, it's my absolute pleasure, and I'm glad to hear that. I love that. You know, I spoke with a little girl this morning. She's starting the first day of first grade, and she said she's most looking forward to arts and crafts.
Awesome. We will have many opportunities for her to get in that art classroom, not only in her regular classroom, but also part of that rotation schedule. And then also after school clubs, so many opportunities for kids to pick and choose where they want to align and how they want to belong. We are all about making the magic happen so that great things happen at these foundational years in elementary.
I love that, Principal. Thank you so much. And cheers to a successful academic school year. Wishing you the best. And, of course, all of your students as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us this morning. There you have it. Mark, Stephanie, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, substitute teachers are always in demand, but in the wake of the pandemic, they have been especially hard to find.
That's true. As Katrina Weber reports, school districts need for them now more than ever, and they need to fill a lot of empty spots.
What are y'all doing over here?
It may not look like it, but Mary Matthews is retired. After holding a job as a teacher for decades, she's now back in the classroom by choice.
Okay. I like to get in with the students and see what the latest programs are for them and just reconnect.
She's one of hundreds of local people serving as substitute teachers, filling in for regular staff.
Keep working on your work, okay?
Pouring into students.
I like to be able to make them feel important and have connections.
People like her lately seem to be harder for local school districts to find. For example, her employer, Northeast ISD, is starting the school year with about 200 fewer substitutes than normal. Other districts are in a similar position.
We need subs, even though I don't feel that there's a shortage at this time, we definitely need subs.
Kidia Johnson, HR Director for Northside Substitute Program, says when it comes to hiring, the recovery from the pandemic continues. To get people to fill in for sick and absent teachers last year, some school districts turned to incentives like extra pay. This year, many of them are making the same offer.
While COVID played a big role in the need for substitutes last year, this time around there's a lot more involved. Staffing shortages, for example, have created more of a demand for substitutes on a long-term basis.
We have about 250 teacher vacancies that we're looking to fill.
As they scramble to find those permanent staff members, schools will be counting on subs more than ever. Matthews says they can definitely count on her.
As long as I can, right? Yes. As long as I'm physically and mentally able to, I will. I enjoy it.
Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And school districts all over our area are in need of substitutes this year. To find out how to help out, just click on this story on our website at ksat.com.
Outside with live cam, planning ahead for afternoon pickup for the kiddos later on. Windows down, sunroof open, or not, Justin?
Maybe not. There could be some showers and storms popping up around that time. We want to warn you as school lets out. It's possible. There's about a 40% chance of rain today. So let's look at the school forecast, after school forecast. 97 degrees when school is winding down, 40% chance of a downpour. You may want to grab an umbrella if you're going to pick the kids up just in case. 97 degrees today is what we're forecasting, but the feels like number could go as high as 100, maybe even a little bit higher than that, just because humidity is going to be thick today. So yes, temperatures are down, humidity is up though, and that is going to make the heat index jump up some. Looking at live radar, we've got a few showers starting to pop up, and I'll zoom in a little bit closer to Bandera County and Kerr County. We've got some of these showers starting to take shape. So this is kind of the initial point here where we're starting to see more showers, and I think by the afternoon you're going to see a lot more on the radar as we get some of that heating going. So KSAT 12-hour forecast, 90 degrees by noontime, 20% chance of rain, but a 40% chance this afternoon, as we said, with that high temperature close to 97. And rain chances will start to taper off around 8 or 9 o'clock this evening, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, you will likely see an increase in your phone bill next month.
The Public Utility Commission voted to increase one particular fee from 3.3% to 24%.
You heard that right, 24%. We're talking about the Texas Universal Service Fee. It applies to the voice portion of your bill, not data or texting.
And Amy Davis from our sister station KPRC in Houston breaks down how much it could end up costing you next month and how we ended up here in the first place.
Notifications like this one sent to many T-Mobile customers was the first they had heard about a bill increase, 3.3 to 24%. The Texas Universal Service Fee is collected to help keep rural phone bills affordable so that even people who live far away from the city can have access to phone service and emergency services through 911. 2 years ago, when smaller rural telephone companies told the Public Utility Commission the fund was running low, the PUC took no action. The companies finally sued when they were out $200 million, money they used running lines and providing service to rural areas of the state. The phone companies won, and a judge ordered the PUC to fully fund the state's Universal Service Fund. In order to catch up, the PUC passed this big increase. Here's what it means for an average bill. Take a look at Judy's consumer cellular bill. Her fee was 61 cents at 3.3%. At 24%, the fee would be $4.44. And this fee is applied to every line if you have multiple phone lines on one account. Joe Wheeler said T-Mobile told her bill would only go up about $4 each phone. But she wrote, "I have 6 devices, so my bill will go up $24. When we reached out to T-Mobile, a spokesperson sent a statement that reads in part, "While this will not impact the overall monthly bill for the vast majority of T-Mobile and Sprint customers who are on plans with monthly taxes and fees included, customers on other plans may see a small increase."
That was Amy Davis from our sister station in Houston, KPRC, reporting. Now, the fee change will show up on phone bills, as we said, beginning next month.
The Public Utility Commission plans to lower the rate after about 12 months. That will allow it to make enough money to cover the $2 million shortfall. Then it will set the fee at a rate that will be able to pay for the rural service moving forward.
Well, if you have not listened to the latest South Texas Crime Stories episode, it's out now. This week's podcast dives into the case of a San Antonio businessman who ended up arrested back in 2010. Mike Yucknitz was known for his eyewear commercials here in San Antonio, but then he was facing solicitation of capital murder charges after allegedly trying to hire someone to kill his wife.
And you can listen to the downfall of Mike Yucknitz now on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. You can also find it on our website at KSAT.com. And some notices for residents in our surrounding areas. Water issues in Lacoste and Derby.
Lacoste is in Medina County, southeast of Castroville. A citywide water outage there has led to a boil water notice for public water systems customers. City officials say the water outage was planned yesterday to fix mainline leaks caused by recent drought conditions. Customers are urged to boil their water before using it.
And a do not drink water advisory has been issued for the community of Derby in Frio County, which is along 35 between Pearsall and Dilley. According to a Facebook post, people who rely on the Derby water system are affected by the advisory until further notice. The Facebook post didn't indicate why the advisory was issued.
9:41, about 83 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
And after the break, the Spurs are trying to serve up a slam dunk during their games. We'll explain when we come back.
Exactly 9:45 rather. Spurs are looking for some new teammates off the court.
They are opening up part of their concession stands for locally owned small restaurants.
RJ Marquez spoke with the organization about this culinary program looking to give more exposure to minority-owned businesses.
You can't go wrong with good food at a Spurs game. And this season, there will be 4 new options thanks to the culinary residency program.
We have been striving over the last few years to get more local to reflect the city that we represent.
The program brings together minority chefs and restaurants to keep food fresh and current inside the arena.
Over the last few years, we put a lot of effort and focus into making sure that our food has gotten more diverse.
But it's not all about adding more food options to the menu. Helping minority businesses grow is also part of the program.
Historically, minority-owned businesses face inequities when it comes to trying to get access to capital, grow their business, exposure.
These restaurant owners will meet with Spurs sports and entertainment officials to learn more about marketing, finance, and building their business.
Our role in this is to be able to help amplify their businesses, and we're hoping that by fans coming here in the arena and experiencing their food, it drives them to their brick and mortar.
All the staff, food, and ingredients will be provided for free for the restaurants that are selected for this culinary residency program, and each restaurant will get to showcase their food for 9 Spurs games this season.
Nearly 200 local restaurants have applied with Monday's deadline approaching, each with their own unique story to share.
There are a lot of compelling stories on who deserves and wants and should be a part of the program.
We're focused on building leaders and legacies where we live, learn, work, and play. So everything that we do is centered around equity.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, 9:46, 83 degrees.
Yeah, we're climbing up in the temperatures, but looking forward to some rain because we need it, Justin.
If we get the rain, those temperatures come down. So, we're saying upper 90s today, but if a storm comes through, maybe it brings us down into the low 90s during the afternoon hours, which would be great. Rainfall is exactly what we need. We look at the number of days since we've seen over half an inch of rain at the airport. It's been 43 days. Over an inch, 188, and this is the astounding number. Since we've seen more than 2 inches of rain, 301 days. So we haven't had one of those really good soaking rainfalls in a long, long time. And I don't think today is going to be one of those days, but some folks will get some rain. And we're already starting to see some showers developing here across the hill country. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. These are small and obviously not going to produce a ton of rain, but we are seeing some of this activity popping up, which tells me that we'll probably see more here in the coming hours. Just north of I-10 there, just northeast of Kerrville, seeing a shower that may work close to Kerrville, probably missing you just to the east around Camp Verde, seeing a shower there. And just to the east of Comfort, dying shower. Looks like that's kind of falling apart. But that's going to be the nature of the activity that we see today. And here around San Antonio, there's just not a lot going on here at the moment. But we'll watch for some of those clouds that are beginning to bubble up off to our north. There's the scene outside, and we've got partly cloudy skies. And you can see a little bit of that activity there in the distance. 82 at the airport, 83 Stinson, 81 Kelly. South-southwesterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. And temperatures in the 80s for the most part, 82 degrees at the airport, but up to 85 now at Stinson, 82 in Uvalde, some 70s for places like Kerrville and Fredericksburg, where we have seen a few of those showers. 80 Canyon Lake, 80 at Boulevardy, 81 right now at Bernie Stage, and dew points are in the 70s. The air is thick. There's a lot of moisture to work with here, so some of these storms could be some decent rain producers. And we look at the rain chances, 20% at 11 o'clock, 20% noontime, 90 degrees. It will feel hotter than that with that humidity out there. And then the 40% chance of rain kicks in after lunch and continues through the afternoon and evening hours before tapering off a little bit by 8, 9 o'clock. We lose the daytime heating. Unlike yesterday, you'll see a lot of the showers and storms go away. As far as high temperatures around the area, again, very dependent on whether or not you see rain, but generally speaking, mid-90s here around San Antonio. You will find some cooler readings in spots. And the setup, our high pressure is Still to the north, far enough north to where we have some unsettled weather underneath the bottom of this ridge, and we've got a little disturbance that's rolling in from the east. So this all comes together and helps generate some of these showers and storms. And this will be with us, by the way, this pattern through Saturday. So we've got some more opportunities here. Let's walk you through the forecast. Today, about a 40% chance of rain. This is 5 o'clock today, and you see kind of a scattering of showers and storms. That all dies down around 10 o'clock, and then we'll do it again tomorrow. Everything's going to be kind of flowing north to southwest, just with the upper level flow. So 40% chance of some more downpours on your Friday, and then I think Saturday, similar story as that piece of energy finally works through. Maybe a bit more cloud cover on Saturday, 95. 96 Sunday, 20% chance of rain, and then our ridge builds in, and we're back to the triple digits, possibly setting some records for most triple digit days. But in the meantime, we'll enjoy this current pattern, which brings us some rain, hopefully.
You're here.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Justin.
9:50, 83 degrees.
And when we come back, we'll look at a new action movie coming out on Netflix tomorrow.
Have you ever wondered where the original Spurs logo came from? Well, coming up on KSAT News Now at 11 o'clock, we're going to introduce you to the man behind one of the most recognizable symbols in South Texas and all of pro sports.
Jamie Foxx goes vampire hunting in a new action flick debuting tomorrow on Netflix.
And CNN's Rick Damigella gives us a look at the new movie Day Shift.
It's going to be a hot one in Los Angeles. So what's on the agenda today?
As if Los Angeles doesn't have enough problems, it needs an entire union of vampire hunters to keep the city safe in Day Shift.
Vampire hunting is a business.
We read the script and everything like that. It was like something you never heard about, a guy who's trying to provide for his kid, he cleans pools, but at night he hunts vampires, and I just thought that was something new. All they are is murderers and liars. It ain't Brad Pitt in a leather jacket and some blood raves, it's not Eclipse, it's not New Moon, it's not Breaking Dawn Part 1, it ain't like that, all right?
Why do you know the names to all the specific Twilight films? What? And what's your gripe with Breaking Dawn Part 2? It's the exciting conclusion of the whole Twilight saga.
In my initial talks with JJ, our director, he basically told me, he's like, you know, I got the action covered, and I want to lean on you and Jamie for the comedy. Like, do your thing, please. Improvise, go off book, just find that natural chemistry.
For me, it was like winning the biggest lottery of all time. And very shortly thereafter, everyone else started falling into place. One of the first things Jamie asked me is, who's gonna play Big John? And I said, I like Snoop Dogg. And he was like, dude! And he lost. That's when I knew me and Jamie were on the same frequency.
Hey, Jay, you ain't changed a bit, baby. I see you. What's that?
You know me cutting necks and cashing checks.
Yeah.
Avoiding vampires in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
So much stuff to watch right now, and hopefully we'll be watching Radar a little bit later on.
I'm hoping so. I think the radar will get more active as we get into the afternoon. So watch out for some scattered showers and storms. Nothing severe. There could be some gusty winds with some of these, some pockets of heavy rain. It'll be hit or miss type stuff today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Keeps temperatures down some, and then we're back in the triple digits next week.
The one I am very anxious to watch is about the Thai cave rescue, the divers.
Oh, yeah, the
13 Lives. Yeah, it's Ron Howard's new movie on Prime Video. I'm going to try to check that out.
Yeah, it's streaming right now. I nearly watched it the other day. It looks good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of kid movies.
That too.
I think there's
I'm with you there.
Luck, I think, is on Apple Plus.
It is, yep.
Pretty cute. I've seen parts of it. So.
I'll have to check it out too.
Yeah. I'm so sure. Have a good day.